Okay, I got a new favorite thing I like to eat at the Current Seafood Counter. Or is it the Current Seafood Station? Either way, it's an awesome restaurant.
Yes.
And either way, they work with us, and it's my daughter's favorite seafood restaurant.
Yeah, it's right there in College Park, and there's a location in Henry's Depot in Sanford.
Okay, you ready?
What'd you get?
I'm not eating sandwiches, really, right? Macros.
Yeah.
I'm eating fish and chips. I got the fish and chips.
How was it?
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's a big-ass piece of fish, and then you get the Old Bay fries.
Yeah.
I'm just soaking them in malt vinegar. Me and Maisie are making, we like these soggy-ass British French fries. We're sitting there. Andrea got something new, too. Andrea got a shrimp burger. They take the shrimp that Maisie likes, and they chop them up, and then they form a little patty, and then they grill it, and then they put like teriyaki, a slice of pineapple on top, lettuce,
awesome.
tomato on. Dude, it's like the Seafood Counter in College Park. You got to go check it out. It's the Current.
You want some really delicious seafood, plus they have cocktails, they have beers there, so you can get a margarita. I like the blackened mahi sandwich.
And it's just laid back. You can bring your puppies if they're well behaved and sit outside and just enjoy this beautiful weather.
Dude, a lobster roll and a cocktail right there. Like you said, a beautiful counter service, so it's not crazy expensive.
There's a guy, I don't want to call him a drunk, but there's a guy that goes in there and he gets these coastal cocktails where they're like $7 cocktails.
Yeah.
He just gets French fries and drinks.
I
mean, you can do that.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Yeah.
You can sit in the corner and eat a basket of fries and just drink 20 margaritas. Either way, you're going to love it. It's the Current Seafood Counter right there in College Park.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and we are lucky to be live on Twitch and YouTube. You can watch segments of the show, and trust me when I tell you, you're going to want to watch this one because we have a guest on, baby.
Yeah.
Woo! This guy's nuts.
I think this guest is going to be at our BDM Appreciation event this Saturday in Sanford. You got to be a BDM to know about it.
Indeed. He is my favorite radio personality of all time. Some would say a legend in his own right.
It can't be your favorite of all time.
He is.
I will call out any of those punk-ass bitches you have on your show. EJ can go.
Well, he's not my favorite. EJ's never been my favorite.
You don't need to call out anybody.
Let me just say something. My favorite radio personalities would be, and there could be multiple of them, would put some effort into their bit. And EJ does not put effort into his bit, so he didn't even squeak the top 50. Phil Hendry was
punk-ass bitch Seth Petrozelli with his pink hair. Oh, I knocked out a black guy.
Would you fight Seth at
Monster? Wait, what do we got? Damn it! I'll cut that out. Will you fight Seth at Tom and Dan Ween?
Seth is a paper effing tiger.
I don't even know if you know what that means, do you?
So, Tuttle.
No, I do. I know what that means. That's when
everybody's been using these Eastern influence languages because of stupid White Lotus. Everybody's like, he's a paper tiger. You shut up. You think you're better than me?
So, Tuttle, are you back on the juice?
Yeah, you're on the juice.
Because you sound like you are.
And look at him. Look at his haircut. His haircut screams, I just bought juice from a dealer. Are you on the juice?
Yeah, why is your background all black?
Yeah.
There's a floating...
Yeah, because he doesn't want to see the pain pill bottles everywhere. What are you doing?
Hold on. Yeah, I mean, you want to be a bitch? Then, then let's do it. Then here, we'll go with this.
He's got the butt cut right down the. Hold on, pause. Look at your butt cut. I'm gonna put it on to everybody. Look at his butt cut. Aurora Boreal butt cut. Yeah. Now we have the Aurora butt cut Alice.
It seems, Tuttle, and I could be wrong, but we warned you about going back into radio.
We told you if you went back into radio, it would damage your sobriety. And buddy.
Yeah. And then you're like, no, I got everything.
Drinking. Are you questioning my sobriety, Tom?
Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? You look like the singer from. You look like Tom York from Radiohead.
Tom.
So, stop cursing.
Yeah.
You know radio.
We were running loose.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, but Daniel saw us beep it out. We can't just blatantly put it up.
I'm sorry. That was at 11:07. I'll send you the timestamp.
No, it's fine.
Okay?
I got
it. So, Tuttle, tell me about what your schedule's been. When do you go to Tampa and do live radio? You got a job here?
I'm about to leave here after this, and I'm going to Tampa to do my terrestrial radio 1 day a week with Bubba tomorrow.
So that you do that tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Okay. And
that's what I just said.
No,
I'm telling you, he's extra spicy today, and I'm just kind of going to sit here and monitor it and see what happens.
And how's that going? Are you dipping
What
your
do you
toe?
want me to say? It's going bad. It's going poorly. No, it's I need to send you, and I'm going to ask Bubba if I can. His documentary is completed.
Okay.
All right. Is this about?
It's not out yet.
This is more digging into him allowing big fat ZD Hogan to pump his wife, right?
It's about just the
and
whole
how that ruined his life. When
Yeah.
you let your best friend eat too much ziti and then pump your hot wife, it ruins your life.
So
Yeah,
that is more of the video,
Right.
He was like, "Oh, I'm bloated. I'm bloated."
I mean, Hulk Hogan could have banged my wife years ago. If no one knows about it, then it's like a tree
I
falling
would know
in the
about
forest.
it. No, I would know about it.
No, but even if you knew about it,
I would know about it.
As long as the video,
I would never let.
It's the video.
I would sell the video.
Well,
I would sell the video.
If there's no video,
If there was
no
a
problem.
video, if there was a video to be sold, I would steal it from your house and then I would shop it to all the publications, and I'd become infamously rich.
I was about to call what that's called, and then I realized I think Tuttle told me that in confidence. So I'm not going to make that joke.
Chill out.
But like the crazy thing is that everybody got rich. When you say that it is the most profitable porno tape of all time, and the whole thing has never come out.
Well, I saw it.
Yeah, I only wanted to see
Me
the
and
one
Daniel
part.
watched it a lot of
I
times.
have it saved on this computer. Am I allowed to say that? I have it on this computer. It's literally in the same folder as my daughter's Christmas photos.
Yeah. We watched
Do you have the extendo cut?
I do not have the extendo cut, but I do have a piece where Bubba walks in. He's like, "I'll be in here if you need me." I've got.
Let's get that right. He says, "If you need me, I'll be in my office."
Thank you. See, I have seen it. A lot of people go like, "Damn, Daniel, he does watch it."
I think he ate too much pizza.
Ziti or cannolis or something.
But let's go through this though. Do you know that Hulk Hogan, Linda's wife, who was in the news recently, talking and crying? She's a crazy bird lady too. If you go watch that video, she's got parrots squawking in the background.
But they know what they're doing in the bedroom. Those bird people.
Yeah. They get immune to the squawking.
Bird
They
people
can't even hear it anymore.
Bird people are right under swingers, and I don't know why, but they are.
Yeah, it's like a fire alarm going off. You're like, you can't hear that? Anyway,
but do you know that she got, even though after the divorce, she got half of the Hogan sex tape.
She got half of that gawker?
Yeah, no, for real. And because that was the deal, I think Hogan paid $8 million up front, and then Linda got half of everything.
Oh my God, I love white trash math. When you're talking about just the trashiest people in the world, all this money, so much money.
What was the final settlement? Because you may be right with it.
$60 million.
$60 million, but how much did Hogan actually get off? Because Gawker probably didn't have any liquid.
Well, first thing he got was 2.5 big aluminum foils of ziti.
Here's what I know about lawsuits: is when someone's suing you, your lawyer's like, behind the scenes, he's like, "Hey, this is not gonna go well." They know what's coming. Like they've done the math, and they're like,
it's just like big battles. They're predicted and known.
And then he's like, I would start dumping your assets and start, liquidating things because they're gonna get you. And then and the lawsuits are drawn out. So then all of a sudden, if I'm Gawker, I'm just saying I'm Tom Van Gawker.
Tom Gawker. You're Tom Gawker.
Yeah. I'm putting money everywhere. I'm getting my lawyers to just dump it into everything because if I lose, I don't want to, pay anything.
Correct.
I'll just file bankruptcy and then
move on.
Move on to Clocker because it's just the same business, different LLC. So did Hogan get any money?
Yeah, no, he got 52.
52 million?
No, I had heard that he was never going to get it. Like, he was never going to get the money. So he did get it.
But get this, though. So Calta and Spice Boy at the time were working at Cox Communications. They used company servers, company computers. and Hogan got them for 28.
Ooh, 28 million.
I didn't know that. That's new to me.
Cox Media Group. He got 28 million.
I didn't know that. Oh, I love it when
a stinger.
I love it when big radio conglomerates stick up for like some knucklehead did something and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're gonna cash out the money." I love that. 28 mil.
I slept at Spice Boy's house once.
Yeah, you did. You did. Did he touch you inappropriately?
No.
That's when he had the Lotus Esprit.
He had a
and
Lotus. He had a hot girlfriend.
She was a Playboy model.
Oh yeah,
that's what
she was the one. He was the one that.
Are they still together? Are they still together?
Yeah, they are. Yes.
Nice. Congrats. I love it when romance works out.
I remember I drove my 1992 Ford Escort Berserker.
I was embarrassed. I should have loaned you a car.
Wasn't the Chevy like Silverado?
No.
Wait a minute. Was it Tuttle with you? It was you, Whopper, and you all.
No, it was just me and Whopper.
No, it was him and Whopper because they were. Was that during the scooter thing that you were doing, or was it something else?
How was Spice Boy's house? Describe it.
It was a nice house. It was like.
Did he have a kegerator? Because they were peak at the time. Did he have a kegerator?
It was like where the Brazilians vacation in Davenport. It was like that.
It was like Davenport Champions Game. It was like Champions Game.
Yeah. Where you're like, wow, this is fancy for if you were poor and won the lottery.
Sausage Castle fancy is what I call it. Yeah, sausage fancy.
I'm joking. Anyway,
no, I'm not. It's like
and then
Castle fancy.
He had like. I believe, I don't want to call her a stripper, but
she's a Playboy model, I thought.
Okay, yeah. Very good-looking girlfriend.
Like Spanish girl, right?
And that's what I remembered. I was like,
she had a hard implant.
I was like, people in radio are rich? Because I was
like hillbilly rich. That's what I was talking about earlier with the Hogan money and all this. Yeah. It's just, these are just hillbillies.
Yeah, but I was like, in Orlando, they're not this rich. I've seen them.
No, we're not the same. We don't run as fast as Tampa.
I was smoking cigarettes with this little man in Deltona. It's nowhere close to this.
I gotta call you out though, Tom.
I saved a lot of my money too.
Yeah.
I saved a lot of my early money. That syndication money. That's how I bought a house.
Go ahead.
You were on a different level though, Tom. Like, don't play poor mouth. Like, you had a rich, like, millionaire, semi-pro football owner.
Oh, yeah, he had a football sugar
He was giving me $300. Like, he was giving me nothing.
I was starving. Like, I literally was having to pawn my goddamn computer at Value Pawn.
Well, that's how the economy works. There's a lowest and there's a highest. And everywhere in between.
Meanwhile, how'd you do in your pump and dump with the stock market? I'm doing great. When we recover, I'm going to be richer than ever.
Tuttle, and I don't even know if we should say this. I know a lot of shows say, like, hey,
I thought we were flying unfiltered in 2025. I can't walk, so I'll be dead soon.
This is the opinion and statements of this
opinion and statements.
Disclaimer.
The opinions and statements of this loose cannon polo wearing conservative radio host are not that of Clear Channel Communications, iHeart, or whatever it's called anymore.
Advertisers.
You have been warned. We are equal opportunity offenders.
Yeah. I think it's impossible to sue us because there's no money.
Yeah, you'll get nothing.
And I'll dump it.
Yeah.
I already, if I sniff it coming, there's going to be zero on the account.
You can have my cane.
Anyway, so back to Bubba's documentary. So
what's it called? What's the working title?
So Hogan got $55 million from Gawker and then $28 million from Cox Media.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good retirement.
That's better than wrestling.
Yeah.
Because think about this, though. Like, his ex-wife, this all happened after they were divorced. And she got half of all that. And now she is talking about how she has absolutely no money at all.
That she blew through it?
Yes. She blew through.
I feel sorry for her. I feel bad for her.
No, I mean, she had to get that $25 million.
You're not thinking about it. Think about if you had nothing and then had $25 million and then blew it all.
We would all blow through it.
You would know what it's like to be poor again. She's never known what it's like, so I feel very sorry for her.
But you know what?
This is going to be quite the adjustment.
Here's the this is what people don't understand. When someone blows through $25 million, they still have a bunch of mildew yachts and properties.
You can liquidate that for $170,000.
No, they still they don't have any money left over, but with their assets,
you can go
stuff.
all your crap.
Yeah. They bought some trailer park that their buddy got them to buy. 'Cause trailer parks are a good investment. Yeah. You get the money off the land, and the people own the garbage that they live in.
I always just wanted to go there and be like, "You're late on your rent again, so why don't you flash me?"
So they're like, "I don't have any money," but really they have, millions of dollars in assets, and they're making like $100,000, off this and that, thing. Anyway, so she blew through all the money. Now, why did he have to pay her even though they were divorced? Because
that was a part of the settlement. It was $8 million up front. Okay, like straight out, he had to give her $8 million. Then she gets half of everything on potential earnings, future potential earnings.
So everything that was going on at the divorce, she's like $8 million, and then half of whatever these settlements are going to be.
Yes.
So she got half of the Cox and the Gawker?
The Gawker, yes.
That's
$50 million.
Yeah, that's bad. Less than that.
Yeah.
But it's
25, and then
it's a lot of money. It's more than $10 million.
$35 million. Somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you also got to remember, she went to California. She had a young boyfriend that
looked just like a young Hulk Hogan, but he's like a Swedish boy.
Yeah. She's partying.
Yeah, I remember that.
So like she was like, trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatever they like to say. But yeah, no, she blew through it all because she was living in Beverly Hills as well too.
Well, she's Hulk Hogan's wife. That's where she should live. She's a superstar.
And people always give a crap to people that are trying to keep up with the Joneses, but it's a good feeling if other people think you're successful, even though you're not as successful as you're portraying.
A lot of the Orlando millionaires we know do that.
Yeah.
They want to feel like Tampa millionaires,
awesome.
so they pump themselves up.
Yeah. And then everybody just thinks they treat you different.
Yeah.
They want things from you. They'll give you anything.
It's disappointing when radio listeners or podcast listeners find out that you can't walk and you're poor. Then they're it kills the illusion of it. You know what I mean? Like when they're like, "You're just like me and you can't walk." I'm like, "Uh-oh."
No, nobody wants to listen to someone that's just like them.
Exactly, or worse. Once people find out I'm worse than them, like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, you don't listen down.
You don't listen down.
You listen up.
I have always given off this air that I'm smarter, funnier, better looking, have a better life than everyone, and it's a lie.
Yeah, just handicap barf.
Well, usually, like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you meet a chick." Like, if you go out on a date and you meet her at a place, the chances
Talk about how lonely you are, please. You have 30 seconds.
No.
I'm not. What I'm saying, though, is like when I pull up in my dad's beat-up, rusted-out F-150 that has 295,000 miles on it, I'm just like, and I got garbage all in the back. I get the garbage tornado in the back of the truck all the time.
Kind of hard to finger blast in your dead dad's truck, right? Like,
yeah, no, I have.
That's disgusting.
I've done it, and I'm not proud of it.
You got to do what you got to do. Who are you dating?
That still
now?
happens in your 40s on dates.
Who are you dating now?
Not dating anybody. Kind of seeing somebody at the moment.
Whoa.
So,
is it Roz Franco?
Come on, stop.
Oh, she texted me.
No, let's stop bringing up people's names, full names.
She's a public figure.
No,
she's a public figure.
Yes, she trying to be a pussy, Tom.
She's a public figure. Real. She's a.
No, I don't think. Does it last forever?
Hey, I'll give her a compliment.
Can you be?
I'll give her a compliment. She's a hot tamale.
Can you be on the radio one time and then be a lifetime public figure?
She said, "Love you. Come see me soon."
I know what that means.
Come on.
Hey, Stanko, that Frank.
Can I tell you?
No, that's old. Come on.
She was the first chick that I hooked with.
No, come on. Let's not talk about any of this. Okay.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Yeah, you're not supposed to. I have to cut that out. I have to. That one I have to.
Why?
Yeah, I'm cutting it all out.
So, back to the documentary. So, is the documentary just about everything that transpired with the sex tape and then after? Mm-hmm. And then really Bubba got the worst end of it because it
ruined him. It ruined him. Like they
But at the time he was pretty pumped about it.
Well, it was getting national headlines.
No, I mean, at the time when he's like, I'll just be in here, pretty pumped about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that, so you guys broadcast from your own studio, okay? And Bubba talks about this in the documentary, that he didn't realize how much of a detriment it was with him not broadcasting from their radio station, because he was never, ever really there. Like, he would come for meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people could plot and scheme behind the scenes because he was not in the building.
So does he, does that contribute to why he thinks that this whole thing got blown up so big, is because
distance.
Everybody was like looking to, I guess, I mean, so is this all in the documentary? Obviously you can talk about it, but like, so I remember when this happened, we talked about it. So the sex tape was filmed, which is consensual, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then it was stolen, and then
by Spice.
So that is
confirmed.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
because here, I'll let you know why it's confirmed, is that Spice Boy and his attorney got busted at the time.
Trying to sell the tape,
sell
right?
the sex tape.
Yeah.
Trying to sell the sex tape.
That.
So, like, it's confirmed that it was in his possession, and he was trying to sell it to make money. And the FBI caught him.
You could have gotten it. You're over there sleeping in his house. He could have snuck in there and got that tape. We could have been rich. Or you could have saved Hogan's life. And you show up at Hogan's house, you're like, Hogan, it's me from the future. I have to...
This story could have been easily Drunky the Bear instead of Spice Boy.
Yeah.
In some alternate multiverse.
Absolutely.
Right?
Same guy. It's the same guy.
It's
different sides of the chessboard, both a rook.
I can see I'm like, I'm going to sell
different sides of the chessboard, both a rook.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan.
You know what's crazy is that everybody's like, poor Hogan. Hogan made out. Hogan made out.
Yeah, he made out with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. And he had seedy breath.
But he was done with wrestling. Nobody wanted to touch him.
Yeah,
and he got paid.
Yeah, if you look at it, you definitely at the end of the day, let's say,
and it wasn't his greatest performance. I watched the whole tape.
He made $30 million. He gets a retirement. Then that's that whatever billionaire that hated Gawker, like he got Gawker bankrupt.
He assists to get
That was the thing. Hogan didn't even have to pay for his defense. Like, it was all paid for by this guy that hated Gawker so much.
Yeah, this is a super interesting part.
So in a weird way, it is interesting that Hogan, let's take anything that's in play that makes you not like him, just take it out of play, okay, for sake of this. So he got to bang a hot girl of his best friend, got taped, and then they handed him a ton of money, and now he's just Hulk Hogan still, but with a lot more money than he would have had because he already gassed out all of his money. So it's like a really cool second or third or fourth shot.
Well, I'm sure for him, though, it's embarrassing having that.
Less embarrassing for a man than a girl, and I hate to take something that you would normally say, but totally, and so especially you're Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You've done worse things that are more embarrassing. Like
the girl didn't get anything, right?
No, she did not. No,
I'd rather be taped sleeping with your wife than being taped saying blizz piz.
No, yeah, people.
Guaranteed. I'd way rather be taped having sex with a beautiful. Like, what did he do wrong? He was just a man. He was a big Hulk Hogan, seedy man. Yeah.
Like,
why didn't you realize that everybody was going to know Bliss Biz? Out of all this, out of any question I'd be like, hey, you come up with a better code word. You see, it's easy to put together.
Are you talking about the Carney? You're talking about the Carney talk?
Well, with his son, he just said, hey, watch out for those Bliss Biz. It's just like, everybody will know what that means, Hogan. It's not hiding it from anybody. You could have said... Say something else.
We used to make fun of Hogan all the time. His Carney was always so lazy. Like Like, he didn't even try to, like, hide what he was trying to
real
say.
hillbillies and wrestlers talking a weird, they got all kinds of weird
Watch
legs.
out for those jumping beans.
I know what that means.
Everybody knows. Your code has to be better.
Now,
Jumping beans, blizz, piz, Nazis. I know what. They all are.
Yeah. Just say watch out for the people, because then it's easy.
Then you're covering everything.
Yeah, and then people can't accuse you.
Yeah, no specifics.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So do you want to know what hurt Hogan the most was the racial talk?
Yeah. It was the Blizz Piz and then talking to his son. Obviously, So now back to the documentary.
I can't wait to see the documentary.
Is he self-releasing it?
No, it's going to be available streaming on a major platform. And once I talk to him, I'm going to, I just want to make sure that I'm able to share it with you guys and he doesn't mind. But I really, it's 3 episodes long. So each episode is about 80 minutes.
Now, does he talk in the documentary about the actual act of
putting the thermos in? Oh my God!
Yeah. It is just his business. There's nothing illegal about watching another man bang your wife. A lot of people like that. They're into it. But that's what it was all about. And the recording of it was part of it because you need it for later, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? And how it was
leave
stolen.
Only footprints, take only pictures, right?
How it was stolen, the whole conspiracy behind the tape, why the state attorney at the time did not prosecute, because you got to think about this. There was a lot of money that was brought and money that people got. Nobody did any jail time.
So, did anybody even get charged with a crime
Nope.
stealing, offering some money from a stolen sex tape has got to be illegal, right?
Yeah, and guess what? The Mark Ober, who is the state attorney that Bubba maybe talked crap about in the past, refused to bring charges.
Oh, yeah.
This is like porn stars starting to protect their content. When you're hated, nobody's going to help you out.
Yeah.
It sucks.
God, that's the one downfall for being hated.
Yeah, it really is. Because being hated is fun. It's very fun.
Yeah. It gets you rich, but then you're like, help me.
Yeah, people are like, let him drown. It's the only thing.
This is America. How could this be? And
but you got to find other hated people to help you.
This is run by humans, so it's flawed.
His response, the attorney, was that this crime could have never been committed if Bubba never recorded the tape.
I like that. It's a victim's fault.
Oh, yeah, victim blame. I like that a little bit, too.
Yeah.
That is peak Tom Van.
Yeah. If you didn't even invite
have
Hogan
weird
over.
fetish where you wanted to see wrestlers lay on top of your wife.
But for real, honestly, though, in the eyes of the law, what did Bubba do wrong?
If I was the a prosecutor or whatever, the attorney that hated Bubba, I would have said, well, it's more about leaving the sex tape in a drawer at the radio station for Spice Boy to easily find.
By the way, when that tape was stolen was when we were moving from Bubba's old studio to the new studio.
It makes me wonder how many tapes are up there at old Clear Channel headquarters right now. We got to go over there and start looking for tapes. A bunch of these fat guys pumping other people and all this gay sex and all kinds of crazy stuff happening.
We worked in a time where not
why did he
everybody
bring
had
it to work
camera
again?
phone.
What is it like? You know what? I got my coffee. I got my Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's bring this tape in.
And
here's the thing: you want to watch it on the way to work.
It's your property. You should be able to
you can take it anywhere you want
without anybody stealing it. But I will say that if Hogan banged my wife and I had a tape of it, I'd put it next to my rusty revolver in the safe, or maybe
Now, me on the other hand, I'd probably carry it at all times in my pocket. it.
Tom, would you show it to Daniel though?
No, he wouldn't. I haven't even seen Soapy Butt. He has a whole.
I showed it to you,
but there is and if I'm over speaking, you have permission to shut me down. But apparently, there are hundreds of photos and the good ones. And the only one that made the wall was that. But there is a whole book. There's a shrine.
The wall.
There's a whole tome of photos to go through. See?
Tom, do you ever look back in your old, Drunky the Bear Adventures of Drunky the Bear, where you're like, can ever run for office?
No, you can. Again. You totally can.
That changed. Yeah. I don't know what world you live in, but I could be anything I want.
Guess what you are? You're Billy Bush. We're fine. You're Billy Bush. We're fine.
That's the greatest thing that happened is it opened up presidency to everybody.
Yeah, it started before that, right? It started with like Kim Kardashians and Paris Hiltons and these people that it just doesn't matter.
When I was a kid, I thought you couldn't be president if you couldn't spell potato. And I was like, well, I'll never be president then. Yeah. But then now, I tell my son, I'm like, do whatever you want.
And that was the vice president. That was Dan Quayle. It's good that you remember that.
Fool me once.
Shame on you. Fool me twice. Can't pull the wool over my legs.
Now watch me hit this drive. Remember when he's on the golf course?
Okay, back to the documentary. So, and why did it so much negatively affect Bubba? Like, because obviously he got national attention. I remember this was huge headlines for, everybody knows Bubba. He likes attention. He likes media attention.
Yeah, he likes mixing it up hard. He plays hard.
Yeah, and it's the best thing you could do for your show, good or bad, is, and it's nothing illegal. It's not like he, it's kind of like, hey,
it's his choice. It's his life.
His own personal sex tape got stolen from him, and it happened to be Hulk Hogan. He didn't do anything egregiously poor that I would look at as like, oh, this makes him a bad person.
It's not something that I would do, and that's the part that I think most... Right, exactly. I think that's the part that most people can identify with, but you deal with that every single day.
Yeah. So it's like having a fetish of any kind is not illegal. You're not hurting anybody. It's like, so this should... there's plenty of people that are still famous that have hurt people. Violent people, or that hurt them financially. It's like Bubba didn't do anything to anybody in this case.
No, I will tell you what ended up happening. Back to Bubba not being in the building all the time. Okay, so Spice Boy left Bubba's show to do nights at 102.5 The Bone. Okay, so then Calta was the host from 3 to 7. At the time. Now, here, let me back up. This is going to blow your mind. Bubba has talked about this, and he talks about it in the documentary. The worst decision he ever made, because when Bubba came to mornings at the Bone, it was still a music station. It was gonna be all talk in the morning, and then Calta was playing 3 or 4 songs an hour. All right, they asked Bubba, hey, we're going to switch everything over to talk radio. It is your decision. Do you want to get rid of Calta? And Bubba said no. And then Calta was the one that screwed him eventually down the road. So back to that. So Spice goes and does nights. Calta's doing 3 to 7. The whole entire time, their plan was to take this tape, make them look bad. Calta would take mornings once Bubba was fired, and then Spice Boy would take afternoon drives from 3 to 7.
God, I wish we'd had a tape like this, and I'd do the same thing.
Also, this is the worst decision he's ever made.
He's saying it would have.
No.
If he would have fired, if he would have told Cox to get rid of Calta, this never ever happened.
I was just making a joke because there's a poop buckets and poop situations.
Poop buckets are pretty good.
There's lots of other.
Yeah.
But no, so this was all just a plot. It was basically radio wars because Mike Calta and Bubba the Love Sponge have been feuding for a long time.
Not a lot of love there. So, like, in this, with this all said and done, what is Bubba trying to do now? Does he want some sort of retribution? Does he want revenge? Does he want them to be held accountable? I mean, like, I'm kind of with Tom on the, like, okay, if laws were broken and things were stolen, I mean, like, regardless of whether you like the guy, love the guy, hate the guy, doesn't matter. You have to hold people accountable for stealing people's private property. So where are we at with that? Is there anything?
He just wants people to know the truth. Like, he knows for a fact that I'm not getting any money off of this. Like, that's come and gone. He wants just people to know the absolute truth. And in this documentary, they interview newscasters that are local, that covered the stories and stuff. Local lawyers on the other team, lawyers on his team. Like, it's a really, really well done documentary.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy, interesting story.
On the
with characters,
crazy hillbilly subject. Right? Oh, man, it's good. It's good.
But why did it so negatively affect Bubba? Because
he got fired from Cox.
For this?
Yes. Yeah.
But what was the reasoning because he filmed a sex tape?
It did not live up to the standards of Cox Media Group standards.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
handbook.
Well, that's
you broke the rules in the handbook.
That's a media contract where it leaves it open-ended for anything.
We needed an out, and this is weird. You're gone.
Which is kind of weird that they fired him for this, being that he had so much media attention, and it's not what he did wasn't a crime or harmful to anybody.
You would think that, because like how much media promotion, free media publicity that you got, that your morning show guy is everybody's, like it or not, Hulk Hogan at one time was the most famous person in the world.
Yeah.
And your morning show host's wife slept with the most important guy in the world, the most famous guy in the world. Like, you would think it would be like, this is good for business.
Bring that tape up again. Let's watch it one more time.
Yeah. I gotta find it. Last time I went, it was a little harder to find. And it's getting grainier. That's a weird thing, is they're getting grainier because people keep copying and copying and copying. Okay. If there is a way for you to get us the unedited, I'd gladly love an update.
So, and then from there,
I still go back and watch Paris Hilton Night Vision. That's how I am.
After he was fired, basically, lots of other things happen negatively to him. Like, does he contribute this to the beginning of
kind of the end?
Because Bubba's doing fine now. Obviously, I know his Twitch numbers are gigantic. He's broadcasting online to his own audience.
Almost got 170,000 subscribers on YouTube right now.
Dude, that's huge.
Great. That's great.
mean, yeah, and I'm sure he's monetized. He's always been a good businessman. He's making money Yeah.
Do you want to know he's got his lawyers working on this, and I think it's a smart idea. You know how Trump is now talking about where you're not going to tax tips.
Yeah.
He started Bubba Army Tips website that people can, which leads you to any of their donation pages and stuff. And since it says tips, which technically it is a tip, right? And I think it's a smart business decision to be able to say, all right, I'm doing my radio show. The money that people are giving me, they don't have to pay it to watch the show. They're giving me tips for doing a good show.
Oh, God, I'm going to change all our advertising invoice to advertising tips.
Yeah, they're just tipping us out.
All right, everything's a tip.
You get what I'm saying,
BDM
though, right?
tips.
Yeah.
Can all of our revenue
I'm
be
let
tips?
any wrestler in Orlando bang my wife. That's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Because it's good for business. I wrote that down when you said it. I wrote that down.
Yeah. Everything, all BDM subscribers are going to be all tip-based.
I'm putting out a call. I want Kofi Kingston to bang my wife. Kofi Kingston. Or Big E. Maybe Big E. Welcome back. You were injured for a long time, Big E.
It is a good business decision not to pay taxes. That's what I'm with Bubba.
Yeah. Don't even get me started, man. The government hates me.
So how's your regular job? And you said you are seeing somebody. Well. Regular job is good. How's Vulture?
Vulture is doing well. You know, like he loves Tom to death, but like sometimes he just feels like Tom just, you know, he's reached out to Tom.
Yeah, Tom doesn't text back for anything. Just know that. Know that. He'll only text back if it's a business thing. I'll text him something, nothing. If Krista for the improv texts him, immediately he'll text back. So just know that if he doesn't text you back, he finds what you're saying of zero value to him, and he only replies to things that he thinks have value. What he doesn't understand is the long game is the least amount he replies to my text, it degrades the value. He doesn't understand he's zeroing me out. He doesn't understand that, but he hasn't gotten that far into the business.
But wait till you get to negative. That's when the show gets good again. We just got to get past the zero, and then it's a whole different show. What?
Our business, bjepros.com, that we were offering because, like, we have some hiring needs in your area, and we were like, hey, I want to advertise with Tom and Dan, but you never returned his call.
Oh, we would have.
That's a lie.
We would have done that.
Tom, I'm being dead-ass honest. Like, when it comes to this business, I don't joke about that.
Did he text me or did he leave me a voicemail? Who listens to voicemails?
He called
Don't call me. Text me. No one calls anymore in business. It's all text.
I don't know.
Does the Vulture know?
I would be open to all business if I were truly a good businessman. I wouldn't. Why stagnate yourself with just one form of communication?
It's already come and gone, but he wanted to do 3 months at $3,000 a month.
Oh my God! No one's got a $9K.
No one's got that budget.
Oh my God! Hold on, let me give that a
that's a you have to text
$9K. You know that's a supercharged jet ski.
I mean, that could have been braces for the kids.
Yeah, and Maisie needs them. Maisie's got teeth like a barracuda. She looks horrible. I said, close your mouth. I said, close your mouth. Yeah.
It was $9,000. Like, no BS. He had a budget.
Did you have braces? Did you have braces?
No,
I never.
But I know you, Tuttle. You would have said, "I'll just say the name on the segment they do once a month with I'll just free advertising."
No, but he knows that would have started. He knows that would have started a war.
That's what you know the business. That's why you got fired.
You charge me for that.
Catherine Brown heard you.
Catherine heard you talking S about her at Applebee's, and she cut you out.
Applebee's across the street was the weird, like the dumbest. Like, who would have ever thought? What were the chances that
very high?
Director.
That's funny because the chances are very high because Catherine was always at Applebee's.
Now, I would have done it, more than a block away from the closest.
I mean, you literally did it in walking distance. And you said hi to her when you walked in. You're like, "Hi, Catherine."
I did not.
Yeah. When you do your payola meetings away from the radio station, so there's no chance of anybody.
You got to do them way away.
Went down to Cuban sandwiches to go or something.
Lee Road. You got to go Lee Road Cuban sandwiches to go. Cafe con leche.
I prefer the Diamond Club on Cimarron.
Yeah, that's how Roomba does their business.
Wait, I'm glad that you brought that up. Were you doing SBK Live the night, like the weekend before, like I got married, and Kevin and you guys made me go up there to the club?
Yes. Oh yeah.
It was so uncomfortable.
You made him go to Diamond Club alone?
No.
It was Drunky or Tom. Sorry.
No, he was Drunky then. You can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Drunky, SBK, Gomer.
Yeah.
Gomer was you guys had Nazis before other people did. You guys had an original Nazi.
Yeah. Back then it was cool.
Zach. Remember Zach?
Yeah. He's
Burger.
He's got. He just
Burger
had a kid.
was there.
He just had a kid.
Yeah, it was me, Tuttle, Burger, Gomer, SBK. Wow. That was a good show.
Yeah.
SBK Live, that was a quality show.
Ragtag Stand By Me cast. The cast of Stand By Me finds a dead body in the woods.
We all did it for free. No one got paid nothing.
And you guys, we're going to be the next Howard Stern.
We got wasted and high before every show.
Yeah.
What the hell did we talk about?
Kevin brought a snake one time that pooped all over the table. I remember that. Somebody put that on.
Chewing up pain pills in the parking lot.
Yeah. Were you doing a lot of pain pills then?
Yeah.
He was giving them to me.
Yeah. Oh man.
I miss them.
I miss them too.
Yeah.
They don't give them to you. They don't give them to you anymore.
Yeah, you don't get the blue meanies. Dude, I would love a blue meanie.
God,
remember, you just had to go to the doctor and tell him you had a cold, and they give you 60
I'm telling
pain pills.
We live in a time when imagine maybe 15 years ago where some radio host would have handed you 2 pain pills and said, "Hey, take these and then go in this other room and bang my wife."
Okay,
that's a different way of living, right? That's just a better life.
I'll make this quick. So remember, like I used to like slam my door or my elbow in the door and stuff. Well, the orthopedic surgeon that was writing me all the pain pills at the time came up to the tanning salon. So like I'm sitting there, I just got done cleaning beds. He shows up and he's got this folder. He's like, "Hey, do you got a second to talk? I need to."
Talk about this elbow.
Yeah, so he takes me down to the Firehouse Subs.
Oh, man, you know they mean business and they bring you down there to get a hook and ladder.
He showed me a page of 9 pages long that he had printed out with all the pain pill prescriptions.
Prescriptions.
That I had gotten from other doctors as well, too, at the time.
Yeah, they keep that all together. That was when it was up. When they combined the databases, that's when it was up.
Database.
Yep, they combined databases.
Yeah. It used to be just paper. No one knew nothing.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I felt like the biggest scumbag because it was like you went to...
No, you do what you do at Winn-Dixie. You're like, there's money in the account. You go like, this must be an error.
You went to 15 different compound pharmacies.
Exactly. It was honestly...
You were getting this where people get medicine that have horrible diseases. Debilitating cancer.
Yeah. They're all around Curry 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you and
You miss it, don't you?
Embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Yeah, no, I definitely miss it. I got 62 refills on 30 10 milligram blue meanies for a 2-month period.
2 months?
Oh, my God.
Refills.
That's the best 2 months of your life. My God.
How many doctors were you going to?
I still have them written in my notes on my phone.
Don't never get rid of that because you might need to go back.
There was one in Champions Gate. There was one in...
People get mad when you talk about this, though, but I love it. It's so funny.
It was one in Champions Gate, one in Celebration, one in Ocoee, one in Metro West, one in Pine Hills.
When you go through the gates, you're like, there's no Champions.
But you are having a bit of a celebration in Celebration.
And there was one time when I was getting excessive amounts of Adderall on top of the pain pills. And I went in to see my psychiatrist at one time, and he pulled out the same paperwork. Once they combined that damn pill database.
You gotta run. You just gotta run. Like they pull out.
Do you admit it? Do you start crying when they confront you?
No, I didn't cry. You know what I said? I was like, "This is ID fraud. I need a copy of that so I can find."
Say it's fraud and then storm out.
Yeah, and I was like, "I need a copy of this," and the guy was like,
"That's what I do with any fight with my wife. Go guilty, and then go and then deflect, and then storm out."
ID fraud.
I was like, "I've been defrauded."